morning and welcome back. Hope you had a restful weekend. A couple of things here. A phone check. Make sure your phone's on the wall. Make sure it's off. And make sure it's facing with the screen side out. Homework, classwork is due. We are now in week 2. Believe it or not. I want you to start studying your times tables at home. Go online, and they have some quizzes you can take. Also, write them down at least once. All right, anyway, find the average. Well, here the frequency is 1 of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, and 1 of these. Excuse me. So now you need to add these up. Well, this is 15. This is 8 and 3 makes 11. And then 6. 7, that's 12. That's 32. Divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 4 is 28. There's the mean, the average. 4 point, whatever it is, 4 over 7. To find the relative frequency of numbers less than 6, it would be these. So you would add that up. 15 and 8 is 23. I guess that's 26. So you would take 26 divided by the total, which is 47. And actually the total is 32. So you would take 26 divided by 32. And when you do that, you get 0.81. And as a percent, it would be 81% relative frequency. Make sure you know how to find relative frequency. Remember, the formula there is the number divided by the total. Copy that down so you remember it on your first test. All right, we're going to watch a video on relative frequency. And then here is your assignment. Now, if you finish early, I want you to read the next section, find something to do. Do not close your book and do not sit there and do nothing. Find something to do, even if it's work from another class. But no computers, no electronics. Some kids come to me and they say, well, Mr. Tubes, can I do work in another class? And then they whip out their laptop. Nope, can't do that. Sorry. All right, let's turn our attention now to college algebra. Okay, so for college algebra, we have a phone check. Make sure your phone's on the wall with the screen facing out. Homework and classwork is due. And I want you to start practicing your times tables at home. Write them one time and do a little quiz online. Okay? All right, so look here. The bigger the negative, the smaller it is. Negative 8 is smaller than negative 4. This one right here, 4 divided by 3, well, we got to know what that is. And when we do that, we get 1.3 repeating. Now this right here is a bigger negative. So that one's going to be smaller. So we want to go like this. This one should have been like that. Okay. Now, this is kind of tricky here. Here, the 5 is squared, and the negative is squared. Negative times a negative is a positive. Here, only the 5 is squared. So it's going to be 25, but this one is not squared because there's no parentheses. So it's a negative 25. Put a star by that one. A lot of kids miss that one. Laws of exponents. Copy all of this down. And you need to memorize this. When you multiply and have the same base, you add the exponent. What would that look like? It would look like 2 to the third times 2 to the second equals 2 to the fifth power, because it's 2 plus 3. You have the same base, you're multiplying, therefore you add these. Two conditions: multiply and same base. This one right here is a power to a power you multiply. So how would that look? X to the third and to the second power. Power to a power, 3 times 2 is 6. Don't add those up. If you put 5, that's wrong. It should be 6. Power to a power, you multiply, same base, you add. When you divide, you subtract. How does that look? 2 to the third over 2 to the second. Well, you have the same base and you're dividing. So you subtract 3 minus 2. Another way you can do that is 2, 2, 2, and a 2. Two of these cancel, and you're left with 2 to the first power, which is 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 2 to the first power. Anything to the first power is itself. 2 to the 0 power is 1. Make sure you know that. Anything to the 0 power is 1. This one right here is kind of like a product rule. Everything inside here gets an x. So it's a to the x power and b to the x power. How would that look? Well, let's say you have 2x to the second power, and then that's cubed. So everything inside here gets a cube. So it's going to be 2 cubed and x squared cubed. This right here is 2 times 2 times 2, not 6. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. This is a power to a power, so that's x6. There it is. Make sure you check your answers today. This one right here, copy this down. This one right here, excuse me, everything gets a 2, or a 4 rather. So you got to expand that out and then use your calculator. Just like that. And whatever you get your answer. All right. I think that's pretty much it. Got a little bit of stuff here. Copy these down. Okay, so this right here, only the x is to the negative power, and you got to drop it down. It becomes a positive. So that's going to be 5 over x to the second power. And then you're going to put a 3 right here. So it's going to be 5 over 3 squared. 3 times 3 is 9, so that's 5 over 9. This one right here, you multiply your numbers, and you get a negative 8. Here, you add the exponents because you have the same base. So that's x5, right? 3 plus 2. And then here, you have a 1 right here, so you got to add these up, and that gives you y5. Be careful. If you take a variable, there's a coefficient, which is 1, and an exponent, which is 1, like we have here. Anything to the 0 power is 1, so this part is going to be 1. So it's going to be 3a times 1, which is 3a. Again, check your answers. Reason it out. If you can't reason it out, can't figure it out, raise your hand. I'll explain it to you. All right? Let's go to these. Okay, everything, copy that down. These are negatives, so you're going to drop it down. This becomes 1 over 5 to the second power. This becomes 5 over x to the second power because only the x's drop down. This one, both of them are dropped down because they're in parentheses. And that's how you work those. This right here, you multiply the inside and you get 16. So you get the square root of 16, which is 4. This one right here, the root goes on the bottom. So that's the cubed root, but it's raised to the third power. So what you have is 5 to the third power, but this root right here goes down here. So you get 5 to the first power, which equals 5. These basically cancel. Here's your assignment for today. Again, check your answers. Make sure you put a heading. I want to see week 2. Have a good morning. See you guys in class. Hope you learned something today.